Anxiety, I think it has a bit of a bad name, really, doesn't it? It gets a bit of a bad press. I guess because it gets used interchangeably with stress and stressy people, and then that gets sort of, you get labelled as a stressy person and intense or even, quite aggressive. So I think it gets bad press, but there is a use to anxiety. It has its purposefulness, its usefulness. Going back in life, it was there to arm us with that instinct and that adrenaline to fight or flee, to run or to get ready to club a lion to death or whatever we needed to do back in the old days. It has a purpose for us. It's not all bad. The difficulty with anxiety is, of course, if we sort of become victims to it and it controls us, or it changes our behaviour and changes, sort of what we like as a person to be around. That's then when it has these sort of negative consequences that we want to try and avoid in the first place. But let's be really clear, anxiety is an aspect of performance, any sport performance. It's an aspect of riding horses because they can be unpredictable, they've got their intentions. And so what we kind of try to do is say to ourselves, anxiety has its place and it has its purpose, and it's all about sort of getting us into this peak performance zone. Then, the normal distribution curve says you've got this peak zone in the middle there that is probably your optimum state. However, it's not going to be your optimum state for all the time. If you're going out on a hack or even doing endurance riding, you don't want to be particularly, because it transmits to the horse. And endurance, it's all about keeping that horse's heart rate down, of course assuming he's fit enough for him to manage that. If you think about hacking, where would we plot hacking? Probably in terms of your psyche and how much anxiety you want, you're going to be over here somewhere in hacking. What about dressage? Where would you think you want your sort of energy, your psyched upness, your
if you want your performance high, well, you don't want your energy low, but you want it controlled.
Yeah.
But you want your performance.
It's going to be left of this psyched up zone, isn't it? Because again, it's about relaxation.
Yeah.
Your impulsion, your rhythm, it's all going to come from a relaxed horse. So we lead our horses where we want them to go in mind, body and spirit. We go first into relaxation and we take our horse with us. You certainly want to do some psyching up before you're in the start box, but by the time you've gone out the start box, it's a bit late to be then ramping yourself up. This is the moment to get yourself psyched, and that the conversation you're having with yourself about, let's do it, we're ready, let's go, we're there, this is our day. Those are the sorts of keyword firing up conversations that you should be having at that. It's important for us to remember that a positive aspect of anxiety is adrenaline and is focus. The point about adrenaline, in a good sense, is to enable us to focus and concentrate. It gives us a fuel and a direction to that fuel.